Und es ist der zweite und letzte Tag der internationalen Edelmetallmesse in München. Wir sind hier mit Roland Hill von FYI Resources. Das Unternehmen konzentriert sich auf HPA, was den Lesern von goldinvest.de vielleicht schon ein Begriff sein sollte, vielen aber nicht. Wir wollen jetzt mal ein bisschen anhören, was das Unternehmen macht, wo sie zurzeit stehen und was die Pläne für die Zukunft sind. Welcome, Roland.
Thank you, Roland. Yeah.
Thank you for coming all the way over here to Munich. I just said in my German introduction that readers of Gold Invest know a bit about HPA because we've been talking about FYI for a while.
Yes.
But still a lot of people don't
Quite understand.
Could you give us a short version of what is HPA and what it is used for?
Sure. Well, HPA stands for high purity alumina, and essentially what it is a very high product. It's 99.99% or greater, and because of the high specification, it has high product requirements in a variety of different products. But predominantly the base load for that is LED lights and mobile phones for the screens, TVs, etc. But the growing market that's emerging is electric vehicles, and where the application in that is in the battery as a separator between the anode and cathode, and that's a critical element in a battery as battery powers outputs are increasing and they're miniaturising the size of the battery. The requirement for a very durable and high quality separator is becoming paramount, and that's where HPA becomes irreplaceable component of a battery.
It's very interesting. So this is a market that everyone expects to grow, the battery market. LEDs and mobile phones also is a growth market.
Yep.
So you're positioned very well there. Now tell us a bit, where does FYI fit in? What is your plan? Or your goal, strategic goal for the company, what you are trying to achieve?
Yeah, no, a very good question. Well, we see it as an emerging market. Current, traditional supply is unable to meet the forecast demands, which are growing at around about 17% per annum compound growth year on year. So quite a high growth market. But so we see ourselves fitting in to that increasing market. We're a small company, probably in pre-development phase. We've just completed our PFS studies and now embarking on our BFS. But we hope to be a material player in the HPA production of 99.99% purity alumina, coming online in the end of 2021.
That's not that far off. Now, we've been talking about the uses and what you're trying to do, but it's not the usual way to produce HPA, but you have your own flow sheet, your own process. Can you just very shortly summarize what you're doing?
Sure, yeah, that's correct. We're having an innovative approach to the production of HPA. Traditional route comes from bauxite, and the mining of bauxite and processing into an aluminium metal, and then they throw acid at it, hydrolyse it essentially, to bring it back to a crystal product. That's 3 phases, and it's generally quite complicated and very expensive. What we're aiming at doing is innovating that and just doing it into a 2-phase process, and that's from a high aluminous clay called kaolin. We have a very efficient flow sheet that changes from kaolin into HPA very efficiently. Capital and operating expenses are very low, and therefore we see that we'll be competitive within a market that's growing. So yeah.
Sounds good. Now you just said you've completed your pre-feasibility, working on the bankable feasibility.
Yep.
So what is the work you have to do, or you will do in the next couple of months on that way?
Yeah, so our timeline, I think, is fairly aggressive, but very realistic as well. So we have a 6-month program set out for the BFS. We hope to achieve the completion of that towards the middle of next year. So around about June next year. Within that, quite a lot of work will be be completed, but essentially a lot more engineering. In terms of the geology and permitting and things like that, we have a little bit more work to do, so a fairly intensive work program for the next 6 months, but we see that it's doable and achievable by June next year.
Okay, we'll hold you to that. At least we'll talk to you before that again and see how it's going. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks, Bjorn.